Hi writers! I'm Alyssa Hollingsworth, the author of the 11th Trade, and today I want to talk about creating a story collage. One of my favorite things to do at any point in the writing process is a little bit of arts and crafts. Oftentimes I'll do this online, like on Canva or Photoshop, but sometimes it's nice to go old school and really get away from the computer and get your hands dirty. You can do this activity while brainstorming or really at any point during the process. So a few weeks ago, I made a collage just for the purposes of brainstorming. Here's my final product. And I made this based off of what I think might end up being my PhD project. So I actually made this at a writing workshop where they had like a tub full of magazines and stuff. I've just turned in my 4th revision for The Invisible Boy, and so this feels like a nice creative reward for getting reconnected with the spirit of the story. So that's what we're going to do today. For supplies that you need, it's pretty straightforward. You will need poster board or something to tape stuff to. I've seen people do this in their noveling journal or with regular cardstock paper. It's just up to whatever you have available and whatever you want to use. You will also need glue stick or some other way to actually paste this stuff on the paper. If you're going to be using heavier material like fabrics or string, it's a good idea to plan on using a hot glue gun. You will need scissors, obviously. I've got a small collection, and I also grabbed a few sheets of patterns that I particularly liked for this story. I also have some stickers, and mine are based around the location where my story takes place. Really, I just like any excuse to buy stickers. I have a little bit of masking tape, and I have a lot of magazines. If you like me, are a millennial, you probably are not subscribed to 1,000 magazines that you never read. What I found was helpful was to just talk to other people, older adults mostly, and see if they had any spare magazines lying around. I also reached out to my local library and my local university's library. And the university actually was able to give me some duplicates, but the local library, I guess, has a secret bookstore I've never heard of, and so they actually sell theirs there. I also went to one of the most backwoodsy thrift stores in my area, and they had a whole collection that was 25 cents each, so I grabbed a whole bunch there. If your story is a certain genre, you might want to go into Barnes & Noble or another store that sells nice magazines and see if they have anything that fits with you. For my project for the PhD, I knew that there was going to be lots of fantasy elements. I grabbed a copy of the magazine Enchanted Living, which is a nice fairy tale magazine. So they tend to have really good fantasy stuff you can use. Last but not least, you should have some cool music. I recommend music that fits with your story in some way, whether it's just your own playlist that you've made or music that you think your characters would enjoy. That helps the inspiration process for me. I will be making this one around my 2nd book, which is The Invisible Boy. It's about a girl named Nadia who lives in the Washington, D.C. area, who thinks her friend/neighbor might be a superhero and sets out to investigate him, only to discover that his secret identity is something far worse. My character Nadia is obsessed with Lois Lane from Superman, so prepare yourself for a lot of Superman-y things. Alright, so that's all you need to prep. Let's go over to my desk and see what I come up with. Okay, I've cut out all my clippings, and I found that for this particular project, I don't have a lot of like massive things that are going to cover the whole spread, and I really hate having blank spaces on my collages. So I've just pulled out some text-only boring articles because my main character, Nadia, wants to be a journalist. So I've got my face down. The next thing I'll do is just set out the various clippings I have, see what kind of arrangement I like, then glue it all down after I have an overall look. So that's the plan for the next stage. So here's the finished product in all its glory. I'm very satisfied with the results. I think it came out really well. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to get more content like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. Until next time, keep writing.